In 2011, astronauts Brian Harper and Jacinda Fowler are on a space shuttle mission to restore a satellite TV for PC when Harper witnesses a mysterious black swarm assault the orbiter, killing a crewmate and incapacitating Fowler earlier than Harper can re-enter the shuttle and take control. After an 18-month lengthy investigation, Harper is fired and human error is subsequently blamed for the incident as Harper's account stays widely disbelieved. 10 years later, conspiracy theorist Casey Houseman, who believes the moon is a synthetic megastructure, steals time on a look-up telescope and discovers that the moon's orbit is veering nearer to Earth. He tries to share his findings with Harper, who dismisses him, main Houseman to go public on social media. NASA independently discovers the anomaly and mounts a mission on an SLS Block 2 to look at the abnormality. The identical swarm that had attacked Harper's mission reappears, killing all 3 crew individuals after they drop a probe into a kilometers-deep synthetic gap in the moon. As the moon's orbit continues to deteriorate, it falls nearer to Earth, inflicting cataclysmic failures such as tsunamis, gravitational abnormalities, and atmospheric dissipation. Fowler, now the deputy director of NASA, learns that Apollo 11 had found floor abnormalities on the moon for the duration of its landing, and that a 2-minute radio blackout was once intended to conceal how the moon resonated strongly when the spacecraft's gas tanks had been jettisoned, suggesting a whole interior. The Army application code named ZX-7 had created an EMP in and tried to kill the swarm, but used to be deserted for finances reasons. Fowler orders the EMP delivered out of storage and brings the retired Space Shuttle Endeavour out of its museum to serve the mission. Harper, Houseman, and Fowler launch with the EMP, narrowly escaping a tsunami that destroys Vandenberg Space Force Base. As the crew enters the moon's interior, they find out that the swarm is siphoning off power generated through a white dwarf at the middle of the moon, inflicting the synthetic megastructure's orbit to destabilize as its strength supply is depleted. Harper learns that the megastructure used to be built by way of the ancestors of humanity, who have been greater technologically superior than their present-day descendants. The moon used to be built billions of years in the previous as an ark to repopulate humanity, which was once being hunted by means of a rogue synthetic genius that grew too strong. The swarm in the moon is one of these ice, which responds to digital recreation in the presence of natural life. As the moon continues to strategy the Earth, the President of the United States offers the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff General Jenkins orders to launch a nuclear strike closer to the moon. However, the Air Force Chief of Staff General Doug Davidson refuses to lift out the nuclear strike order so he can chop the lives of his ex-wife Fowler as properly as each Harper and Houseman, sacrificing his very own existence in the process. Meanwhile, Harper's son Sonny escorts Fowler's son Jimmy and their nanny Michelle in and try to attain Davidson's Navy bunker in Colorado. They attain Aspen and reunite with Harper's ex-wife and Sonny's mother Brenda, as nicely as his step-family, however are caught in the failures precipitated by way of the moon's speedy destruction. As the crew makes their way toward the bunker, they battle off different survivors and more lethal herbal mess-ups earlier than attaining a protected mountain tunnel. Brenda's husband Tom sacrifices himself to keep his youngest daughter, suffocating as the moon's gravitational pull strips the environment of oxygen throughout its path. Houseman makes use of the EMP and the crew's lunar module to trap the swarm away from the spacecraft earlier than detonating the device, killing himself, destroying the AI, and permitting Fowler and Harper to escape. With electricity restored, the moon starts to return to its everyday orbit, bringing an quit to the destruction on Earth. The working gadget of the moon, itself a benign AI created by means of humanity's ancestors, exhibits that it saved a reproduction of Houseman's consciousness, acting to him as his mother. The AI states that they need to get to work. Fowler and Harper return to Earth and reunite with Sonny, Jimmy, Michelle, and Brenda.